These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. Every good detective needs a partner to support them on important cases. Think of a State Farm agent like your sidekick, there to help you along the way in your search for coverage. State Farm can help you choose the coverage you need, whether it's for your home, car, boat, or even RV. With so many options, it's nice knowing you have help finding what fits for you so you can get back to solving all of life's bigger cases. Go to statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to connect with a local agent and get a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, Diva. It's Rachel.
And Jordan. Yeah, hi. Quick question.
Why are you not spending your Venmo balance?
Yeah, we're concerned.
You can, buy stuff with it.
Ugh, you love buying stuff.
And earn cash back on eligible purchases.
You love purchasing eligible things.
So the money your friend sent you yesterday, that's today's ramen or rideshare or eye patches.
The skincare kind, not the pyro kind.
Spend with Venmo, and you can earn cash back with Venmo Stash. Venmo Stash bundle terms and exclusions apply. Max $100 cash back per month. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms. ID verification required to use a Venmo balance.
This episode is brought to you by SoFi, the all-in-one finance app where you can bank, borrow, and invest all in one place. Let's talk about bank accounts for a second. The average bank savings rate is 0.39% in interest. You're earning pennies on your savings, and it doesn't have to be that way. But with SoFi's high-yield checkings and savings, the money barely making moves sitting in your savings account can earn over 8 times the national average savings rate with eligible direct deposit. No account or overdraft fees. We love transparency. You can get your paycheck up to 2 days early, plus get up to a $300 welcome bonus when you sign up with eligible direct deposit. Sign up for SoFi checking and savings at SoFi.com/morbid. SoFi checking and savings is offered through SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms apply. The best summer pieces are the ones you end up wearing on repeat. Comfortable, versatile, and somehow right for almost every occasion. Quince makes it easy to create a summer wardrobe that you'll love, with elevated essentials made from premium materials like European linen, organic cotton, and washable silk, without the traditional retail markup. I love that! Quince's 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops are the pieces that you absolutely will reach for all summer long. I absolutely love their linen. I have so many pairs of their linen pants, which you can dress up or you can dress down in the summer. Like, say you're going to a nice dinner, you can pair it with like a silk shirt, a really cute necklace, some good, makeup and an updo. Or if you're just looking for a more casual look, you can do the linen pants with like a loose button-up shirt and you still look really chic, kind of like, I don't know, Diane Keaton vibes, I kind of think. Also, it's not just apparel. Quince also offers elevated essentials for your home, from bedding and bath to kitchen essentials and furniture. They have it all, honey. I am a big lover of Quince, and I really do think you will be too. Make your summer wardrobe feel easier. Go to quince.com/morbid for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/morbid for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/morbid. Hey weirdos, I'm Ash.
And I'm Alaina.
And this is
is morbid.
It's listener tales.
Motherfuckers.
We were due a listener tales, especially after. Why did you just look at me like that?
I don't know why. I thought you were like misspeaking and it was funny, but then you weren't misspeaking and it was still funny. Because you said we were due a listener and I was like, what? And then you meant like do like a book report.
I did like DUE.
D-U-E. Not a D-U-I.
Oh, it's been a week. It's been a couple of weeks with Albert, and we are officially crazy.
Ooh, we done.
So it's time for a listener tales. And like I was going to say, we are due something fun, something by you guys.
Something groovy.
Because you guys just bring it. So we're ready for it. We're ready for it. And, I think we all earned this one.
Yeah.
We earned this listener tales episode.
It's like if you broke down Albert Fish like by week, if it was a once a week podcast, that would have been a fucking month of Albert.
Yeah, it sure would have.
Luckily it was condensed to like what was it? 2 weeks.
It ended up being
technically like 3, I think.
4, almost 5 hours long. I think 5.
No, way longer.
Hours? Was it of actual recorded?
No, it was like 5 hours before we did part 4.
Yeah, something like that.
It's probably like 6 to 7 hours.
Yeah, it was a lot.
What was it, 43 pages total?
Yeah, I think it was at least 42, I think, at last count.
Like,
so
who hired you to write that?
I did, I guess. I don't know.
Self-employed.
But I'm glad to be here now. I really am.
Me too. And then you're doing something spooky.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing something I'm doing some spooky phenomenon. I'm doing some haunted castle or something. I'm not sure yet. I haven't landed on it, but it's going to be something of that nature. I'm not going into something too crazy. I just need a moment.
I need you to give me a reprieve.
Yeah, and I need a moment researching something like more fun and fancy free. It won't be fun and fancy free, but it will be fun.
Never is.
I bet, in some way. But you know what? Here we are with listener tales. So this is, as Ash says,
brought to you by you, for you, from you, and all about you. I'm still on cold medicine.
We're on it. So
I'm on meds.
The first one I'm going to do is called Cape Cod Ghost Lady.
Yeah, bitch.
And as soon as I saw Cape Cod, I was like, yep.
I'm from there, sort of.
I'm in. It's from Bentley. So hello, Bentley.
I'm dying to say it like Macy does and say, Bentley. Bentley and Ron.
And Ron. Well, hello to you both, and thank you for hopefully reading my story. You are welcome, Bentley. Thank you for writing it.
You're welcome.
My name is Bentley. You may use my name. Thank you, Bentley.
I bet you're regretting that decision now.
I was just going to say. And I'm from Hudson Valley in New York. Although not a long story, it is quite intense and something that proves that spirits do reside here on Earth.
Agreed.
I want to start by saying that I first found out about your podcast about a year ago and am now an avid listener each week.
Thank you.
Although some episodes can be hard to listen to due to the violent nature of the crimes, your storytelling is very much enjoyable, and learning a bit more about these cases is something that is always interesting. Keep up the fantastic work.
Wow, thank you.
Bentley, that was really nice. That just made me smile.
Made me smile.
It made me feel some type of way.
It did.
And I needed that after Albert, so thank you.
Oh man, for real.
Now to the story. When I was around 6 years old, my family was staying in Cape Cod. It was a typical Cape Cod beach-style house. Oh, we all know it.
Oh, I love it.
Incredibly old and wood everywhere. I was staying upstairs with my brothers and my mom and my mom was sleeping downstairs. I awoke in the middle of the night after having a bad dream and proceeded to go downstairs for comfort from my mom. Didn't we all do that as kids?
No.
As I come down to the living room and look towards the kitchen, I notice a woman in a robe with curlers in her hair. She appears to be doing something over the counter, like stirring coffee. That's what it looked like from my angle. Thinking that it was my mom, she wore a robe and curlers often at night, I called out to her and started walking towards the kitchen to tell her of my dream. As I got closer, something seemed off, but I couldn't place it at the time. She very slowly and deliberately looked up, turned around to face me as I approached, and her face was that of someone who was quite shocked that I could see them.
What?
I will never forget her mouth agape and just the bizarre look that I got. Kind of like, how the heck can you see me?
Oh, man.
So I kept walking closer, and she took off, making a hard left behind the wall. That part of the kitchen was blocked by the living room wall, so I ran into the kitchen while being very confused as to why my mom wasn't answering me, and she just took off running. I entered the kitchen, and she went right through the fridge and disappeared. I'm 6 years old and naive, so I opened the refrigerator door to see if she was in there, and no luck.
Oh, I love that.
I shake it off and go into my mom's room and wake her up, asking if she was just in the kitchen. Again, I was 6 and a little slow and tired. Clearly, she wasn't in the kitchen, and she said, "No, honey, I was right here." She's very open to the idea of ghosts, and I have been my whole life too, which is why I believe I saw this one and have felt other spirits around me before as well. Quick detour. My childhood home was a rebuild after a fire destroyed the original house on that property. Fun fact, the original house survived the burning of Kingston by the British.
Holy shit.
But burned down a few years later. That's wild.
That's bananas.
Crazy, right?
Right.
There was also a funeral that was held in the house right before my parents bought it in the sunroom. Her name was Esther, and she loved to let us know that she was still very much there. Nothing malicious, just swinging the living room chandelier at random times and walking by us briskly while feeling her cold breeze on a balmy summer's night. That sounds wonderful.
I look forward to doing that.
Oh, I think that's wonderful.
Like, I'm not going to say I can't wait, but I look forward to it.
Yeah, like it'll be a fun adventure when it comes. And she would stand directly behind me at night while home alone watching Unsolved Mysteries. Robert Stack's chilling voice and the constant feeling of an old lady spirit standing nearby was everything to me as a kid.
I would have been like, "Do you want to sit next to me?
Do you want to sit?
Like, do you want some popcorn?"
Needless to say, I would keep all of the lights on during that show, but I digress.
I remember watching that show like super duper young too. So good.
Oh, I can feel it. In closing, I will never forget the ghost's face and her reaction to me. She was a full body apparition, and I believe that she passed suddenly and of cardiac arrest, since she was going about her life as if she were still alive, and I didn't see anything in the way of injuries, blood, etc. Thank you for taking the time to read my Cape Cod coffee-making ghost lady story, and keep it weird, but not so weird that you wake up in the middle of the night to make coffee and get caught by a 6-year-old who just had a bad dream and wanted his mom's comfort, and then decide to run away while diving through the refrigerator and make an innocent kid feel so confused. Bentley.
Sorry, Bentley.
I like that one. That one made me feel like so happy.
Me too. I love
I really
just
like
like
that.
I love that the ghost was like, "Ooh, you don't need to run into me. I'm gonna dip."
Yeah, she was like, "Ooh," and I just love that she was like, "You can see me."
Like, what the
So it makes
fuck?
me think that she was just getting up to make some coffee, like she does all the time in that house.
Right.
Like she was just like, "Oh, this is my house. I'm
Yeah.
just getting coffee."
Oh fuck, dude! I love a nighttime coffee. A nighttime hot coffee.
Yes.
Oh, primo.
Oh, it truly
Chef's kiss. Mwah.
it truly is.
I don't know what it is. Like, we're going out to dinner for my grandpa's birthday next weekend, or one weekend. You don't need to know. You don't need to know. And we're going to this Italian restaurant, and they offer you like espresso after, and I'm gonna get one.
My favorite thing is after that dinner.
And they say,
Getting
"Does
that
anyone
coffee.
want coffee or espresso?"
Oh, and you get your coffee with your dessert.
And it's like an
Sometimes you see
Italian
Jimmy
espresso.
Garoppolo in the restaurant.
No. We literally saw Jimmy Garoppolo. My little cousin walked over to his table, like maybe a little rude in hindsight, but like my little cousin was hyped.
And he was young.
It was not actually rude. I'm just fucking with you. But and he came over, and Ma kept saying how handsome he was, like in front of me, like standing next to me, being like, "So handsome." And I was like,
so handsome.
"He can hear us."
I feel like that's Jimmy Garoppolo.
I was like, "I'm 19 though." So
Yeah,
like,
it was one of my dad's birthdays. It was like his 70th birthday or something. It was a big birthday.
Yep.
And he loves the Patriots, and it was when Jimmy Garoppolo was on the Patriots, so this was like massive.
Yeah.
And my little cousin was like, "Can you come say hi to my grandfather?"
And Jimmy Garoppolo was so nice.
Such a
He
sweetheart.
like said happy birthday to my grandpa, shook his hand,
like hung out and talked for a
he
minute.
took pictures with the family.
It was a real sweet
It
thing.
was so nice.
I love that we got here, but this is what listener tales are for, you know?
I needed it.
You get some of our tales in here.
Yeah, just looped in the middle.
Jimmy Garoppolo, you know?
Garops. All right, so my next one is listener tales. Garops. No, my listener tales next one. Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
My next listener tale is called He licked my goddamn ankle.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Hi, ladies. Was so awesome meeting you for the Australian meet and greet. My name is Jess. I remember you.
Jess!
Oh my God. So great to talk to you again.
Oh, that was so much fun, too.
Oh, that was fun. You can use my name. It's all good. This episode is brought to you by SoFi, the all-in-one finance app where you can bank, borrow, and invest all in one place. Let's talk about bank accounts for a second. The average bank savings rate is 0.39% in interest. You're earning pennies on your savings, and it doesn't have to be that way. But with SoFi's high-yield checkings and savings, the money barely making moves sitting in your savings account can earn over 8 times the national average savings rate with eligible direct deposit. No account or overdraft fees. We love transparency. You can get your paycheck up to 2 days early, plus get up to a $300 welcome bonus when you sign up with eligible direct deposit. Sign up for SoFi checking and savings at sofi.com/morbid. SoFi checking and savings is offered through SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms apply. Do you remember in school when you just knew that your teacher had a favorite of everything? They would always use the same blue dry erase marker when they wrote on the board, or they would talk nonstop about their favorite element during science. I had a teacher once that literally had a favorite brand of marker. She would only write with specific markers, and if another marker ended up in her classroom, she was TO'd. And honestly, I was probably her favorite student because at the end of the year, I got her that specific brand of marker. Let's talk about their real favorite thing, though. Their favorite tissue brand. Kleenex. According to Teacher List, they are the #1 facial tissue trusted by teachers. Kleenex Ultra Soft tissues are silky soft to help prevent skin irritation, and now you can take them anywhere with Kleenex Snap and Go. I absolutely love Kleenex Snap and Go. It's so perfect to have that in your car. I had a cold last week and I was just... Honey, my nose was a faucet. I hate to do this to you, but it was disgusting. Drew literally came out of our garage with like 15 of the Kleenex Snap and Goes, and I put those in my glove compartment, and honey, they were easy access. It was so nice knowing that I didn't have to blow my nose into like an old wrapper that I had. Ew. So do the best thing for your kids' teachers and stock up on the ultimate classroom favorite. Maybe it'll make them their teacher's favorite student. They definitely have a favorite. Don't even get me started because, again, you know it was me. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Thank you, Jess.
Great, because I did. Firstly, here I go fangirling. You women rock. You're the type of girls in high school that I wanted to be friends with, but being the chubby potato I am, I wouldn't try because I thought I wasn't cool enough to hang.
First of all, you're wonderful and beautiful and hilarious. And also, I would have 100% hung out with you.
I definitely would have hung out with you. And I, too, am a chubby potato, so we could be chubby potatoes.
And I am literally made of potatoes. Like, I am 99.9% potato.
You're built like a French fry. And we're
yeah, there you
the
go.
baked potato, so together we're the potato gals.
Potatoes.
You can't sit with us unless you're ketchup, okay? So secondly, being pregnant during quarantine was horrible, but listening to you made it just that little bit more bearable. So thanks. You're welcome. The morning of my canceled baby shower, I laid in bed crying until I put on one of my favorite episodes you ever recorded. Fucking Dennis, am I right? You are right. You perked me right up. I'm sorry that your baby shower had to be canceled. That sucks.
Man, the pandemic sucked.
It ruined everything.
Or I say sucked. Sucks.
I know.
I don't know why I said that in past tense.
No, because I do feel like we're getting there.
We're getting somewhere.
Yeah, it's getting a little better, I feel. I just have to like look forward to it.
Yeah, gotta have hope.
What?
Gotta have hope.
Yeah. So by Mini Morbid, whom you met at the Australian meet and greet, Ruby.
Oh my God,
I fucking remember
Ruby.
That little bib. Little
Ruby.
bib. I also love the name Ruby.
I do too.
Was exposed only hours old to your stories. I was listening to them in the hospital after my C-section. My midwife was also a huge fan of Morbid.
Amazing.
I love that. Anyway, I'm no John Allen, but I hope you enjoy my spooky tale. Shout out to John Allen.
John Allen.
John Allen. Hoo, hoo, hoo. All right, so I've always believed that there's a life after death, and some wander aimlessly until they get what they need. I believe they communicate in very different ways. For example, every third Sunday of the month, I will dream that I'm having high tea with my great-grandma, who has now been gone for 14 years. We talk. She knows Ruby, and she's reassured me. She sent her down to me because she saw I was missing something. My fucking heart just exploded.
Oh my God, I always have to say when I get like physical chills because it doesn't happen. Whoa.
Yeah.
That just gave me full chills.
That made me feel like warm.
And just the third Sunday of the month.
I know.
Like you have this standing
date.
appointment with your, that's amazing.
I love that. My grandma, like Ma, says that her mom visits her.
Yeah.
It's not on like a certain amount of, like, not on a certain day, but she'll visit her in her dreams.
That's fun. It's, my grandma, I loved my grandma, and
Yeah.
she passed away when I was just entering college, I think it was.
Yeah, because I
And-
was 9.
Yeah, and I remember I was going through some dude issues at one point with like an ex, and I think it was like I had just met John, like
Yep.
my John now, and I was like, oh, what is happening? And I remember I went to sleep one night, and it was the first night that I had dreamt of her, and
Yeah.
it was a couple of years after she had passed away. And my grandmother was sitting in a booth at like a restaurant we used to go to in the Cape, Clancy's.
Oh,
in the Cape.
fucking Clancy's so
And
good.
yes, and she's sitting in front of me, and she said, to this day, I don't know what she said, but she reached across the table, held my hand, looked me right in the eye, and said something. And then I woke up, and I was like,
What am I
"It's
doing?
John." And I literally was like, "It's John." Like what am I even doing here? Like,
Oh my
what am I even?
God.
Because at that point, I wasn't even dating John, but I was like definitely
You were, like,
in love with him.
talking.
Like, I was definitely like, I love that boy. But in my head, I was like, no, I don't know what's happening. But I woke up and was like, so clear, like so clear.
She came to you.
And now I'm like, what did you say? I can't even
She
remember.
said, "It's John."
But they do that. I
Absolutely.
swear.
They take care of
Grandmas,
us.
man.
Totally.
There you go.
Whenever I like am wanting or like feeling like I like need to talk to somebody, I talk to Nanny.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't even really know her that well because
Yeah.
I was 9 when she passed away.
She was awesome.
She was really cool.
She used to sing Que Sera Sera to me all the time.
I love that. When she was in the nursing home, like she had a stroke and she like couldn't talk at all. And she would always reach for my hand. Like
Yeah,
she
I
always wanted me
remember
to
that.
walk next to her.
Oh, she was such a sweet lady.
Oh,
Grandmas,
we
man.
digress.
I know.
So I take this as a positive interaction with the afterlife, but sometimes they're not so positive. Now, let me start off by saying during the day, the quarantine station is gorgeous. It overlooks Sydney Harbor, it's well maintained, and people actually choose to get married there. But at night, it's a totally different story. The quarantine station was designed for the people coming into Australia on the ships. If there was an outbreak of any plagues, they would live there, die there, and of course, is the site of many haunts. About 10 years ago was my first visit. We did the tour, and at the first signs were subtle. And at first, the signs were subtle. The sweet smell in the air when entering a room, the feeling of being watched, or a cold patch. My cousin and I entered the gravedigger's cottage. We, being the young cocky teen girls we are, kept saying how we weren't scared and there's no spirit. The tour guide suggested for us to hide in the cupboard and scare the boys we were with, so we did. We get into the cupboard and we're holding each other's hands, both sets, 4 hands. Next minute, my cousin tells me that she had the feeling of someone grabbing her butt.
What?
She described it as a full hand-to-butt squeeze. Hand-to-butt squeeze.
She's like, I'm not kidding you. This is a full hand to butt squeeze.
She's like a little like toot-toot. Then we both heard it. A low, guttural moan as if someone was in the throes
Stop
of
it.
lovemaking.
I'm screaming.
Needless to say, we noped so hard out of that cupboard and cottage. We entered other buildings and small occurrences that didn't seem like much happened to us at all. Then came the morgue.
Hell yeah.
Elena's like, my time to shine.
This is my place.
Morgues to me have always been a little iffy, but this stone bench top, sandstone floored room just didn't seem right. The tour guide split the room into two. Boys on one side, girls on the other. Again, standing with my cousin, we were listening to the tour guide. He did a few jump scares and we laughed it off. But inside, I was not laughing. I was scared stiff. There was someone touching my ear, my neck, and then my ankles.
Stop.
I felt a cold breeze on my ankle, which was quite impossible as I had on skinny jeans and a pair of sky blue Chucks.
Hell yeah.
I was like, what a fit.
Wow.
I looked down to see the cuff of my jeans was pulled up, so I pulled it down. Still cold. I look. They're up again. I pull it down again. I feel a tight sensation like someone grasping your leg, and my jeans go up again. This cold, wet-like feeling again on my ankle.
Oh.
We got out of the morgue, and I started telling my dad what just happened, and he says, wow, that's a bit creepy. The
Best reaction. That's a bit creepy.
He's like, your wet ankle, that's really freaky, man. The tour guide overheard the conversation and goes, you met Mr. Slimy.
Oh, get the fuck out of here with that.
Like, what?
You met Mr. Slimy. What?
I'd be like, why didn't you guys warn us about
What,
him?
guys? Yeah, there should be some kind of warning before
Right?
you enter the morgue that Mr. Slimy lives in there.
Caution, wet ankles.
Oh.
And the tour guide said, we don't know his real name or why he haunts the morgue. We do know he likes young women. The tour guide then went on to tell about how Mr. Slimy would like to blow in young girls' ears and had a foot fetish.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, pop off, son. You do you. But the cold, wet sensation made sense. He licked my goddamn ankle.
Oh my God.
Ew.
I can't.
I'm leaving. By this time, we were done. I was noping so hard. Time to go home and have nightmares about this day for the rest of my life.
Time to settle in with this trauma.
Time to wipe off my ankle.
Oh.
Fast forward 8 years, and I decide to go back with my husband and dad. We did more ghost huntery vibes and stayed over the night. We were given communion sticks and were told that you ask yes or no. Did I say that wrong? No.
No, you're good.
No, I didn't. The sticks would move if the spirit wants to communicate. So my dad gets to have a chat with the matron of the hospital, another woman to a little girl, but I didn't feel anything. We entered the dentist rooms and were given analog radios, which were set to scan through the frequencies fast and backwards. If a spirit wants, they will manipulate the frequency and make words that would be heard clearly.
I love that.
I think it freaks me the fuck out. I was like, I think it does.
I'm fairly certain it freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm not positive though.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
My dad was holding the radio and he says hello and asks if the ghost minded if we were in there. The frequency goes quiet. Get out.
Oh, okay. Bye. Love that movie. See you.
I know, such a good flick. I'd be like, great movie, right?
I'd be like, I know. Jordan
No,
Peele. What's
no.
going on?
In real life, I would DIP'd it. Okay, Dad says, we'll leave now, shall we? Yes. It answered back. I have never seen my dad run so fast in my life.
I love that it was like, get out. And he was like, should I get out though? And it was like, yes. And he was like, okay.
In case I wasn't clear, yes.
It was just like, yup, you are correct.
What if the ghost said, let me clear my throat? And then just like yeeted the radio station to play that song. In the Gravediggers, I got an instant sick feeling like I had a headache and needed to lie down. My husband, on the other hand, felt like he was ready for a cold rum with a mate. Turns out the Gravedigger hated women and loved a good cold rum with his mates.
Oh, shit.
So, are they good grounds for divorce? My husband is mates with a ghost that hates me? I don't know how you write that down,
You
but
can't
yeah.
come hangover.
I love it. The shower block was a huge note for me. I felt terrified. I had instant dread and wanted to vomit until I left the building. Off to the morgue we went. I kept my mouth shut about my past experiences and thought, I'm older now. Surely he'll leave me alone. Wrong.
Oh, no.
We were given these scanners, which picked up temperature changes. As soon as I walked in, mine was lit up like a Christmas tree, and again, my ear was being played with.
Ew.
Ugh, don't touch my ears. The tour guide asked if I was okay. I was pale and I looked scared. I explained what happened last time, and the scanners started flickering as if Mr. Slimy was laughing.
Mr. Slimy.
Get out of here.
You
Get
are
control
wily.
of yourself. Sure enough, he remembered me. My hair was being brushed back, and he licked my goddamn ankles again. I hate it. Slimy. We stayed the night in the old hospital rooms.
That's amazing.
I know, that's really cool. Nothing more transpired, but the next morning we vowed to never return unless good reason.
Is good reason I come there and we get to go together?
I feel as though yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. Because I want to visit this really bad.
I'm going to wear like 8 pairs of socks, though.
I want to come so bad.
That sounds really cool. Anyway, ladies, I hope you liked my long-ass ramble about my love-hate relationship with the quarantine station, and I am more than happy to visit... Oh, hello, here it is. I'm more than happy to visit there again should you ever be in Sydney.
Hell yeah.
Keep it weird, but not so weird that you go to take a trip with your friends and your fucking ankle gets licked by a man named Mr. Slimy.
In the mug.
And then you choose to go back.
We're going back again. Once somebody can drug me enough to get me on a plane to go to Australia, we're there.
I can do that. I have ways.
I was just like, give me a challenge. I don't know.
I'm like, I'll figure it out.
I'll do it. That was amazing,
That was awesome.
Jess. And it was nice to hear from you again.
I know. And tell Ruby we said hi.
Oh, little Rube.
I love her.
I love her. All right. So my next one is called Wrong turn.
This one is cuckoo nuts.
So this one begins by saying changing names for privacy reasons. So thank you for doing that right away. A few things before I begin. One, I'm sorry for how long this is, but in order to understand our fear, you must know everything. Never apologize.
Never.
Two, I love you guys. I started listening to your podcast about a week ago, and now it's all I listen to. Y'all have me hooked. And three, I'm extremely dyslexic.
So is Alaina.
So please excuse my grammar. It is excused. You don't have to worry.
And honestly, it was great.
Yeah, you did great.
I already read through this.
Okay, let's get started. My then boyfriend, Austin, is a police officer, and I'm a paramedic. Wow, that's amazing.
What a duo.
So we've both seen some crazy things, but brace yourselves for one, ladies, because we almost shit ourselves. This happened in my hometown of Los Alamos, New Mexico. Austin and I were visiting his best friend, Michael, for the weekend. We lived in the city. Spoiler, I'll let y'all know now, Michael is the definition of a grade A idiot. He invited Austin, me, and two other friends on a camping trip with his family in the...
Jemez.
Thank you so much for that pronunciation. The Jemez Mountains. I appreciate that. They're the bottom of the Rocky Mountains, to be exact. Now, that was no problem because we all loved camping. We just had to be cautious with timing. And I'll tell you why in a second. Caleb and Sam, the other two friends, didn't get off work until 12 a.m., which wasn't terrible, but that just meant we had to head straight to the campsite. We all decided to carpool. Now, a little backstory. Los Alamos, mostly known for the atomic bomb, is a very beautiful town. Again, located at the bottom of the Rockies, so it's very foresty, small, and isolated. The nearest city is about 45 minutes away, depending on how fast you drive. Most of New Mexico is native land as well, so there's a lot of rumors and legends. It's told that a group of witches like to gather together at 3 a.m. and the Jemez, it's Jemez, right? Was I right?
Yes.
Jemez. And the Jemez and curse the town. Wow, that's intense.
That is incredibly intense.
Do they do it every 3 a.m., like every night?
It seems like it.
Wow, that's a lot.
I mean, like, I like to party.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a lot of cursing, which everyone clearly believes because it becomes a ghost town by 2 a.m. If you happen to be out at 3, you're more than likely get pulled over and told to go home. Mind you, the entire town has hidden cameras all over, mostly due to LANL, Los Alamos National Laboratory. So cautious with timing, meaning we had to be careful because they be watching. Anyway, once they got off work, we headed to the campsite, which was going to take about an hour and a half. And I shit you not, 30 minutes in, Michael tells us he forgot his tent.
I'd be like, you can use ours, bye.
Strike one, buddy. So a bit annoyed, we turn around, grab his stupid tent, and head back up. Then Mr. Michael can't remember which campsite we're going to, and we're in the middle of the fucking woods with no service. So now pissed off, we decide to drive to the haunted town of Jemez Springs to see if we can get some service to call his mom. Lovely woman, by the way. I love that.
She's like, Michael might suck,
but you know what? Mom is great. As he's on the phone with her, a Pueblo police officer pulls up. If you're unfamiliar, you never want to get pulled over by Pueblo police because their land is like being in a foreign territory. So in other words, you're fucked. He was nice, though, and just warned us to get on our way before, and I quote, things get bad.
Can you imagine
if
you get pulled over and the police officer looks at you and was like, just get home before things get bad?
Before things get bad.
I'd be like, is that a threat? Is that like a promise? What goes on around here?
Or is that just you being like, hey, things are about to get bad, so you should get home? Like, What does this mean?
Like, bad?
Totally
Weird?
not alarming at all. Knowing he's right, we get back on the road. Now being 2 a.m., Michael had mentioned how that was the strangest call he's had with his mom and how it just seemed off. We'll come back to that, though. So our poor friend Caleb isn't from around here, and he asked why the cops said what he did, which then took the guys into story time. He called bullshit and said they're just stories and we're overreacting, but his opinion changed pretty quickly. We're finally on the correct road to the campsite, but we run into another problem. There's 2 ways to get there, one road leading you straight there and the other one being an off-roading route. We were definitely not in a car that can go off-roading, so we asked Michael which road it was, and of course, he didn't know. Big shocker.
Oh my God. I'd be like, get out of the car right now.
Yeah, Michael's a menace to society. So he's looking at Google Maps and tells us he's 1000% positive it's the road to the left. It was not. I feel like you should be, I feel like this should be 3, but strike 2, Mikie. So yes, now we're heading down this insanely bumpy road with huge boulders and potholes everywhere. Not to mention, we were driving next to a huge hill, basically a cliff, with no way to turn around. I was livid and decided to keep my mouth shut because my mom always told me, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, zip your lips.
God.
I was also on edge because the entire time I felt like something was following us. Now, I trusted Austin with his driving, but it was nerve-wracking nonetheless because we did have a few close calls. Finally, though, we see a spot we can turn around, but it wasn't going to be easy. Picture being on a very rough dirt road with a mountain on one side and on the other side some bushes, and then a 70-degree slope with a tree in the middle of the road that you can drive around if you do it very carefully.
No. That's where they should take people to learn how to drive.
Yeah, that's terrible. That was the situation we were in at 3:15 a.m.
Ooh, oh, no, thank you.
So Austin says he needs some extra eyes because it's dark as hell and he doesn't want to go back up. He doesn't want to back up too much and roll off the hill. That's a good, don't do that.
Yeah, like great thinking.
Yeah, I think that's valid.
Planning ahead.
So without thinking twice, I get out and use a flashlight to signal him while Michael and Sam are leaning out the windows yelling directions. He, of course, gets fed up and puts the car in park, telling them to get the fuck out because they're not helping.
Icon.
The whole time I'm standing a few feet away trying to listen to what was going on in the car as well as my surroundings. I don't know if that was the medic in me being trained to be alert at all times or if it was just because I felt somewhat alone in the woods even though the guys were right there. Either way, I was listening to everything, and in the midst of all the yelling, I heard a twig snap.
Goodbye.
I shine the flashlight at the bushes and see that they were shaking a bit. Nope.
Hop out of there.
Tried not to think much of it due to small critters, but definitely took note of it. Caleb then comes to join me when they all got kicked out and asked if I was okay. Then we heard something behind us, and when we turned around, he froze. I asked him what was wrong, and with fear in his eyes, he put his hand across me and told me to get back in the fucking car. Confused, I turned around and started flashing my flashlight down the dirt road. FYI, I'm totally tearing up while writing this part. Oh my God.
Oh.
I personally didn't see anything, but whatever it was scared him enough to go into protective mode. Michael then crept up behind and scared us, and I screamed loud. But the woods were so dense it didn't sound like much. Michael asked what we were doing and said they needed our help because we had the flashlights. We then told them we keep hearing things and how Caleb saw something, never said what. And then Michael made his third strike with saying, legend has it, skinwalkers.
I would be like,
oh, fuck that.
We're leaving you in the desolate woods.
I'd be like, you know what? You are among the skinwalkers now.
Enjoy.
You become a part of them.
I'd
So
be like, you've earned this.
Yeah. Become feral. So the second he said that, it's like the whole world went silent.
Because you're never supposed to recognize
it, man.
You just keep it in your fucking head.
We could only hear each other's hearts pounding until we heard a scream that sounded like it was right behind each of us. We all jumped back in the car as quickly as possible and locked the doors. See, the thing was, we didn't just hear any scream. It was the exact scream I had made a minute prior.
I already read this, but I still have chills running up the fucking down my spine.
Like someone was mocking me. Such as a skinwalker. Nobody said a word because we were all listening to what could be outside. Austin then starts trying to turn the car around the best he could so we could get the hell out of there. After what seemed like forever, we got the car turned around, and just when we think we're home free, the car died.
Can you imagine being in this scenario and then your car just like fucking cuts it?
Nope.
Bye.
Which made no sense because it was a brand new 2018 Honda Civic.
And listen, we all know we've been talking about Honda Civics randomly lately.
Randomly.
I don't know what just happened.
Randomly, we've been talking about Honda Civics.
That's high tea. But we're like, they never die.
They don't. My friend Deb has had a Honda Civic for 55 years, I'm pretty sure.
And she's not even 55.
Not even 55.
It's the craziest thing.
It's wild. So, and they never die.
They really don't.
They're like the Goonies. Goonies never say die.
And this one was brand new.
Hondas never say die.
They don't.
So all I know is it was pitch black and I was scared. A few moments go by and nobody moved. We just listened. Then it came to the point where we had to do something. So I tell Austin to pop his hood and I'll go take a look. Look at you, badass.
Bitch. I love it.
To no surprise, Caleb got out with me because he seemed to be the only gentleman at the moment.
Yeah, you gotta leave Austin, man.
Caleb's the best. We lift the hood and start looking at potential problems, but everything was fine. Now, right before we close the hood, we hear what sounded like footsteps in every direction.
Get out of there.
We both freeze and just look at each other, leaving everyone else confused. I turned around and there it was. I don't know what, but it was watching us from behind the bushes. Poking out from the top of the bushes looked like the top of a human head. When we locked eyes, it ducked down, trying not to be seen, which freaked me out because whatever it was trying to hide, knowing we had nowhere to run. This is like Wrong Turn.
It is.
Caleb and I jumped back in the car as fast as we could and again locked the doors. Not even a minute later, you can hear and somewhat see us get surrounded by these dark figures on all fours.
Why are you on all fours?
The car then began to rock back and forth and the doors got unlocked. Panicking at this time, we're now pulling our doors shut to keep whatever was out there from getting in. Everyone was screaming at Austin to drive, and you could hear them mimicking our voices saying, drive, 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 drive. Oh.
I know, that part fucked me up. Can you, like, you're so fucking scared for some reason, because, like, you'll see it in movies sometimes when, like, people are, like, panicking and then, like, whoever's trying to kill them, like, mimics them. For some reason, that's one of the scariest fucking things on the planet.
Think about it. I can think of one right now. Silence of the Lambs, when she's screaming because she sees the embedded fingernails on the inside of that pit, and he just starts going, "Aah!" and starts yelling back at her and laughing.
So
one
scary.
of the scariest moments in any movie to me.
Hate it.
Fucked me right the fuck up.
Because in that moment, you're like, nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody gives a shit. He doesn't care. He thinks it's funny. That's horrible. Okay. The doors lock once again, and we can't see or hear anything.
Oh, you skipped over the part where the car starts and everything
finally
stops.
The car starts and everything stops. Sorry, I'm like freaking out. The car doors lock once again, and we can't see or hear anything. Slowly, we start driving back down the bumpy road. In the rearview mirror, you can see 5 figures stand up on 2 feet like humans, and they were just pointing at us. Mind you, I said 5 figures, and there was 5 of us. Let that sink in for a second.
I shan't.
So still freaking out, we make it to the main road where we have service. Michael's parents are blowing his phone up asking where we are and he decides to call them again. Plot twist. While on the phone, Michael's mom said we should have called earlier. He then asked what she was talking about because we did, and she was persistent on, no, you didn't.
Remember, he didn't feel like he had
Oh my God, it was
he
a
thought
skinwalker.
the conversation was weird.
Nope. Then went on about another campsite that was in the complete opposite direction of us and how she has no idea how we landed up where we did. Then when Austin and I found out he was not on the phone with his mom earlier, all we could think of was how witches preyed on our vulnerability and were hunting us down like animals, which led us heading back to town without a second thought and said, fuck that camping trip.
That's what I'm always saying to camping trips.
Honestly, again, getting pulled over by Pueblo police, we explained how we were just trying to go camping and don't want any trouble. And even though my boyfriend and I were first responders, that clearly didn't matter. Austin then mentioned the other officer that pulled us over earlier, and we were told that wasn't possible because he was the only officer on duty in that area. Mind blown.
So they got pulled over again, and this officer is like, no, there's no way anybody pulled you over before because it wasn't me, and I'm the only one out here.
Yeah.
Can you fucking
So he's basically like, you got
imagine?
pulled over by a skinwalker, girlfriend. What's up?
I'm so scared.
So in all, we came to the conclusion that the first officer was a skinwalker as well, and somehow they intercepted Michael's call with his mom and tried to lead us to our death. LMA, all I have to say is, I love it's like laughing my ass off. All I have to say is, I haven't been camping since, and it's been almost 4 years. Thank you guys for taking the time to read this. I have plenty of other haunting stories I can send through, but for now, this one is the cherry on top of the sundae. So remember, stay out of the woods, kids, and always keep it weird. Bye. Yours truly, K.
K.
Holy shit. That was amazing. Send us your other ones because I am ready to be terrified like I am right now.
So fucking scary.
Oh my God. The like on all fours.
On all fours.
And
mimicking.
Like, mocking them.
Drive.
Oh my God.
I know, right?
When you just did that, I was like, I hate it.
Scared.
I don't like
Okay,
it.
my next one is bleak, just so
Ooh,
everybody
good.
knows. Real bleak.
Real bleak. Cool.
So it's called Listener Tales 4-H Camp Creep.
Okay.
Hey, chicas. After listening to the episodes about the Oklahoma Girl Scout murders, I had a flashback to my own childhood camp experience. Before I start, I wanted to share some insight. I don't think it was the counselor's fault. If they had been in the tents with the girls, they probably would have been killed also. The adults should have been looking out for all their safety. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
100%.
Unfortunately, even though we know our world has always had evil monsters, it takes tragedy to reform. Sorry, I said that really weird. Unfortunately, even though we know our world has always had evil monsters, it takes tragedy for reform to take place, which you will see in my camp experience. I do wish to remain anonymous for the sake of the girls. I got you. Morbid. So, on to my story about 4-H Camp Creep. I spent my childhood years going to the summer camp in northeast Michigan. It wasn't very far from my home, maybe 45 minutes. My older brother and sister never went to the camp, just me. I was probably the annoying youngest child my parents wanted to get rid of for a few days. I was shy and socially awkward and had learned to outgrow a speech impediment that made me sound like I had an accent from the Bronx.
Oh my God.
That's amazing. Even though I had spent most of my life in northern Michigan.
That's amazing.
Needless to say, I enjoyed camp but wasn't great at socializing. I still suck at people as an adult.
Same.
Me too. This week was spent staying in cabins with other girls my age and even one teen counselor. We hiked, climbed ropes, swam, canoed, tie-dyed shirts, had campfires, told stories, and did funny skits. It was great, and every year went well until the last year I went to camp, or should I say, the last year I was allowed to go to this camp.
Ooh.
I was 9 or 10 years old, and this year, my older sister, 14 or 15 at the time, was my camp counselor. At this point in our life, we still got along great, so I was thrilled to have her at camp with me that summer. The week went great. My sister was friends with several of the other counselors too, so she had a good week also. But on our last morning there, my sister was already gone from the cabin when I got up. Someone came in and told me to gather my belongings and head to the lodge. I was going home. I was bummed. I was missing the festivities of the last morning there, but I was confused as to why I was leaving. When I got to the lodge, my sister and 4 other counselors were huddled together crying.
Oh no.
My mom has always been the one to pick us up since my dad was always working. But on this morning, my dad was there. And although I had no idea what was going on, it was easy to see that my dad was pissed. He was talking angrily but quietly to a few other adults, and the state police were there. No one told me what to do or what was going on, so I looked over at the group of girls again and just started sobbing.
I don't blame you.
I know, you're probably so scared. One of the girls with my sister jumped up and grabbed my arms and insisted, "Why were you crying?" She was panicked. I just replied, "Because all of you are crying and I'm scared." She had freaked out because she thought I was crying because something happened to me too. I didn't know what happened. I was confused, but my chubby little self had figured out something bad had gone on. Soon, all the parents of the other counselors were there too. There was yelling. They were all very angry.
You know that feeling when you come home late from work and those puppy dog eyes just pierce right through your soul? Or when you're packing for a trip and your cat refuses to leave your suitcase? Yeah, we've all been there. Pet parent guilt is real. And you know what? It's completely normal. That's exactly why Hill's Pet Nutrition exists. They understand that being a pet parent means being human, with all of our imperfections and daily juggling acts. Hill's science-led nutrition helps you give more love than humanly possible. Whether it's those long work days or trying to balance attention between multiple pets, Hill's Pet Nutrition gets it. They've created science-based nutrition that supports your pet's lifelong health so you can feel confident even when life gets hectic. Because you're only human, there's Hill's. Science does more. Ready to let go of the guilt? Find the right food at hillspet.com/podcast. That's hillspet.com/podcast. This is a paid ad by BetterHelp. I happen to be somebody that struggles with people pleasing. So a lot of times I will build things up and up and up and up and up and then kind of get to the point where I'm like, I need to let this out to this person. Even in 2026, that stigma and just stigma in general can get in the way of a lot of things, like getting support for your mental health. Maybe you've encouraged friends to consider therapy while avoiding taking that first step yourself because you're busy. You're worried about what other people might think or telling yourself that you should handle this all alone. But therapy with BetterHelp, the world's largest online therapy platform, can be a space to slow down and talk through what's been building before it feels unmanageable. Just take a short questionnaire to identify your needs and preferences, and BetterHelp will handle the initial therapist matching work for you. Their industry-leading match rate means BetterHelp typically gets it right the first time. Feel confident knowing BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully qualified. Don't let hesitation hold you back. Find support with BetterHelp. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/morbid. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/morbid.
Angry with the camp owners, and they wanted all of us gone before the rest of the campers came up for breakfast and their parents started to arrive. I soon found out that during the night, a male cook had gone into each of the girls' cabins.
Eek.
The counselor in each cabin woke up to him on top of them. He was grabbing and trying to get them to, quote, have some last night fun. My bed was right next to my sister's bed. I never heard anything. She had shoved and kicked him off her and told him to leave, and he did so without touching her any further. Not that I was told anyways. He did this to 5 female counselors that were all teenagers. He got more aggressive with each cabin as he forced himself on the girls. Just writing this, I want to puke.
I literally want to kill him.
I want to kill him with my bare hands. The counselor didn't sleep and reported this right away. The camp was and still owned by a YMCA located a couple hours south of the camp. The cook was hired by the YMCA and brought up to work for the week. He was not arrested that morning.
What?
I bet you're wondering why.
I sure am.
So I'll tell you. The YMCA fucking shipped his creepy ass home as soon as they heard what he had been up to during the night.
Are you kidding me?
He was hours away. This is what all the parents were furious about.
Oh my God. I would
own that
It would
summer
be
camp.
DEFCON 5. Like, I
Literally.
would be lighting things ablaze.
Legit. They wanted him arrested then, but the camp owners seemed to be covering it up. The cook was there on a work release program as part of his rehabilitation probation. What the fuck?
Come on.
They sent a criminal to work at a camp with youth and teenage girls.
Come on.
The cook was arrested. All of the girls pressed charges against him, but I don't know what happened from there. I vaguely remember my dad taking my sister to court to testify.
Oh, that's awful.
I'm so sorry that they had to
15
deal
years
with that.
old. Like,
And you're just enjoying your summer at summer
yeah, you're just
camp.
doing a job.
It's like one of the most innocent things possible.
And it's like that you had this nice summer or this nice week that you got to hang out with your sister for a week, and she's the counselor. That must have been cool. And you're just like,
and this fucker
this
ruins
is how it
it
ends.
They didn't share much with me, and I never asked. My sister's okay, so I won't bring it up. I still feel like it was covered up. Nothing can be found for records or newspaper articles from that time.
Wow.
My story is another example of how it has taken tragedy for reform. Background checks are required here for having anything to do with youth programs.
As they should.
I do want to say that this camp is a great camp and brings together wonderful opportunities for children and teens, but that one summer, they really messed up.
Yeah.
With that, I'm 41 now and have 2 adult children and 1 almost there. I let them go to summer camps without a fret other than missing them terribly.
Wow, you're a good mom.
You really are.
You really are.
They did only go to summer camps where I knew all of the adults and workers at the camp, and they had great experiences.
Good for you.
My only advice for anyone sending children to summer camps is make sure you know who will be there, where did they hire them from, and what safety protocols are in place. You can never be too much of an anal overprotective parent when it comes to children.
I agree with that.
100%.
Like the whole helicopter parent thing, I'm like, that doesn't exist.
It's also just that's literally my job.
You give a shit about your kids. That's the thing. It's like it's my one job.
Literally.
My most important job is making sure that they're safe.
I created this life. I'm responsible for it forever.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I'm that spaceship from Independence Day kind of parent.
I love that.
I hover over the entire city.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I block out the sun.
I'm gonna microchip my kids when I have them, so
and I'm
whatever.
fine with it.
Thank you if you read all of this. I love your podcast and listen frequently. You have fabulous personalities.
Oh, thank you.
And annoys my children when I listen, but I know they secretly love listening too. Stay weird, A.
Hey, that was the most harrowing tale.
I know.
I'm so glad that your sister's okay.
I know.
So glad that you're okay.
I'm so glad nothing happened to you, but I'm so sorry for those 5 other counselors.
Oh, and that they had to go testify. It's like no kid should ever have to do that.
No, and
shit.
especially you must imagine it probably started right when school started.
Yeah.
What a stressful time.
Now that has to start up.
And you're probably just starting high school around that time.
That's
so gross. I hate that guy.
For real. In that camp, Get it together.
Would you hire, like, that's where you send him to do his, like, rehabilitation?
Yeah.
Like, I understand people need places to go to
But you don't
do
send him
community
to
service.
it's especially, I mean, from
Oh,
the
all
sounds
girls
of
camp?
it, he was like a perv, and it's like, you don't send them to a camp around children if this is
No.
clearly what he's like prone to do here.
Right.
Come on. Oy vey. Well, this next one is in which a listener tale in which Snoop Dogg failed to protect me from the angry forest spirit.
Yeah, it is. This one is
all right.
wild.
Hey, lovelies. Thought I would finally send in a listener tale. I've attached it below as a putafa because it's a long one. I'll lose my butt if you read it on the podcast, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Best, Jay.
I hope you find your butt soon.
I hope you find that butt. All right, let's do this. Hello, you wonderful humans. I want to start off by saying that, whoa, I was very Boston there. I apologize.
Yeah, you did. You said start off.
I want to start.
I'd like to start.
I let it slip. I want to start off by saying that your podcast has got me through many tough days recently. Oh, what can I say? 2020 is a hellscape. You can call me Jay. I live in the Pacific Northwest of the U.S. and since a young age have enjoyed learning about the creepy and the morbid. Same.
Me too.
I don't really believe in paranormal stuff, so whenever something is supernatural happens, I just go with it and then file it away in my brain as weird, unexplainable shit. It's easier that way. This is a long story, but I won't apologize because I've listened to enough morbid to know you don't care.
Oh, you get it.
Now, I will admit that I only listen to spooky podcasts like yours when I'm either tucked in bed or safe in my truck coming to or from my work. This is due to the fact that I am a carnivore biologist, and have
Okay.
dealt with some scary shit out in the middle of nowhere while searching for predators. You sound awesome.
Rad.
I like to think I am a hardened professional, but that's a damn lie. And I sometimes get paranoid about little things, like getting eaten by a puma, stumbling into an illegal marijuana grow and getting shot, or meeting a creepy serial killer cannibal who lives in a cabin.
It's all
I think,
possible.
You know what? I get paranoid about those little things, too.
Me too, and my job's not in the woods.
Like getting eaten by a puma. That's a very valid thing to be nervous about.
I just have to say, Roxy like a puma.
But I firmly believe that nothing bad can happen if the vibes ain't right. So when I get spooked out in the wilderness, I play Snoop Dogg's greatest hits on full blast. That's literally amazing.
I feel like you and I have the same kind of, like, belief system.
I feel like nothing can really make you feel bad if Snoop Dogg is playing at full blast.
No,
Like,
I agree.
I feel like that's like a universal truth that we can all live by.
G.
Anywho, buckle up your butts and let me tell you about the time when dearest Snoop did not protect me.
Should we go talk to him?
No, we'll talk to him.
I'll write a letter to Martha.
It was a stormy October day, and I was out in the redwood forest collecting a trail camera that had been set out the year before to document the local wildlife. That is awesome. I want to watch that trail camera. Despite the fact that I enjoy being in the rain, I probably should have stayed home because storms are dangerous. But I definitely have some sort of complex because I felt like the need to prove myself on this particular Sunday morning. I was 4 miles into my hike and too stubborn to turn back when the rains picked up more. I was soaked to the bone and twitchy as heck because dark, drippy forests are full of creepy noises. It was Snoop Dogg time.
It's always Snoop Dogg time.
I made it
Who
to
are we
the
kidding?
camera's location as Drop It Like It's Hot played, and I began to navigate back to the trail when I noticed a black car in a clearing below me. Uh-oh. This was odd because I was on top of a very steep mountain and there was nothing but single-track hiking trails around. No roads anywhere.
What?
I stepped closer and realized the car looked like it was from the 1920s. It was rusted and the inside was full of leaf litter and moss, as if it hadn't been touched in decades. That's awesome.
I know. I feel like that would have been like such a eureka moment
Oh
for
my
you.
goodness. I would have been like, this is where I belong.
Alaina would have been like calling a tow company to get it towed out of there.
100%.
I'd like to claim this as
I'd
my
be like,
own.
this is mine now, right? Like, I can claim this. The forest, it's the forest. I can take it.
Can I have it?
So spooky, but whatever. It was time to go because I was cold as fuck and wanted to go buy an overpriced mocha from Starbucks. And it's hashtag Starbucks back in town to warm up.
I love that for you.
I walked away from the Creepmobile back up the trail and made it about 20 feet up the hill when the ground gave way beneath me. While sliding down through the mud and bushes, my legs became deeply entangled in thick blackberry vines. Ooh, this hurt like hell, and I was thoroughly stuck, but my gaze was drawn to the movement by the car below me. I shit you not, the back passenger door opened and a whole ass person heaved himself up from the back seat. No fucking thank you, demon. I was so taken aback by his appearance that I didn't notice until later that my phone's volume had turned all the way down by itself. Snoop Dogg was silenced, and all I could hear was the drumming and dripping of the rain through the canopy above. I am so stressed out for you.
The vibe is no longer right.
No. Now, as a young woman alone in the forest, I'm never pleased when a man suddenly appears. We can all feel that same feeling. We are never pleased when a man suddenly appears. I'm so sorry, man.
It's usually not even when I'm alone in the forest.
It's mostly when I'm alone in the forest for sure, but yeah, there's a lot of other times. But this fucker was on a different level. He was gray. Not just gray-haired. I mean, his skin, eyes, hair, and clothing were all different shades of gray. He wore a long leather trench coat, a leather hat, and leather boots, all dark gray and gray leather. Oh,
ew! I don't think I've ever even seen gray leather.
Oh my god, this is exactly what I pictured.
Yes, right.
Imagine Captain Barbossa from Pirates of the Caribbean.
You were gonna say Pirates of the Caribbean.
Sure was. Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean, but less piratey. That's literally what I was picturing in my head. His gray hair was shoulder length and tangled. It looked like he was straight from an old black and white movie, except for one thing. There was a thin layer of green moss growing on his hat, cheek, and trench coat.
Okay, but is that not the coolest fucking thing you've ever seen in your goddamn life? Like, really fucking scary in the moment, but like now you've made it out of there?
Yeah.
Can you fucking imagine being like, I saw that?
Yeah, I'd be like, can you just stand in front of my house as like a gargoyle?
How did you not take a pic?
Yeah,
probably better that you did it.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Said this person and us.
Yes, said Jay. I stopped struggling with the vines and stared at him. He glanced at me briefly and then began to walk away.
He was not interested in you.
He's like, no. But not before giving me the most disgusted and judgmental look over his shoulder.
He's like, why are you wearing color?
I love that he's just like, ugh.
Like, you're disgusting.
God.
Ugh. He's like, this bitch.
If I hadn't been so thoroughly creeped out, I would have been offended. I understood that Mr. Spirit Man didn't appreciate being woken up from his slumber by a 21-year-old girl who was covered in mud and blackberry goo, but that look he gave me was just rude. He disappeared into the thick mist that was swirling around the redwood trees and was gone.
Wild.
This whole thing had disturbed me down to my very atoms, but I managed to pull myself together and emerged 5 minutes later back on the trail covered in mud, blood, and blackberry juice. That's a good, I feel like it should be like, what's it called? An album name.
Yeah, I like
Mud, blood, and blackberry juice.
I like it.
Weird, unexplainable shit. I made a mental note to never speak to anyone about what just happened, but I'm making an exception for the sake of listener tales.
Like, I'd like to tell the nation.
And began to make my way back down the mountain, except the mist had grown so thick now that it looked like it was night, even though we were 2 hours from sunset.
Spooky.
The trails, which had been straightforward on the way there, now looked foreign and seemed to go on forever. The rains picked up and I began shivering harder than I ever had before, so I changed into a spare jacket I kept handy in my backpack. Despite this new warmth, I began to feel slow and confused. I was still so cold. My legs grew heavy and hard to move. My brain was foggy and my tongue grew numb. I started to stumble and tried my best to run downhill for the next couple miles. It was so dark that I couldn't see more than a few feet off the trail, and everything looked unfamiliar. I began to get a bizarre urge to crawl into a hollowed out tree stump and fall asleep, which scared the shit out of my semi-conscious brain. Your girl had hypothermia.
In sparkles.
And it's in the sparkle emoji. He's like, woo.
Hypothermia.
That's not good.
Oh, you should press the sparkle button. I think it's
the sparkle
pink.
button. Hold on. Your girl had... Oh, I'm ruining it.
Girl, your girl had... Does it not work? Oh, whoa. That was aggressive.
Hypothermia.
I don't know if it worked.
I don't know if it worked.
You'll find out.
But I guess we'll see. Hold on. Your girl had... hypothermia.
Just one more time.
We'll
for
see if
good
it
measure.
works. What are we at? We're at the 53-minute mark. I'll go check afterwards, everybody. We'll see if it works.
screaming.
I got to an intersection of trails. My always trusty GPS was glitching and was showing me roads around me that didn't actually exist. That's wild. It then turned off completely. Somebody had also ripped out the trail signs after I had last been through the same spot a few hours earlier. So I had no idea what directions to take. This sounds like Labyrinth.
It does.
So I agreed that the most worn one was the path to the parking lot, and thank fuck I was right.
Oof.
At this point, I could barely move, but somehow managed to stumble the last mile through the dark into my work truck. I was on survival autopilot, and all I remember doing was letting out a sob of relief when I crawled out inside, only to realize that the truck's heater, which had worked earlier that day, wouldn't turn on. The rest of my journey home was spent violently shaking while driving, and I didn't feel normal for a week after. Fun times.
Dude, what did that guy do to you?
That's horrifying. He gave you that look, and it was like...
It was like he did something to you with that look.
Yeah. To this day, I'm not sure who or what that man was. Even though I saw him 20 minutes before my first symptoms showed up, part of me hopes that it was a hypothermia-induced hallucination. Thinking about how I might have woken up a grumpy forest spirit with my loud Snoop Dogg playlist, and then was tormented by him for the rest of my hike is beyond what I want to believe. But I don't know, my dudes. Weird, unexplainable shit. After that day, my GPS has been trustworthy. My truck's heater started working again, and I always triple check the weather before going in the field.
Have you ever gone back to that specific woods, though?
I gotta know.
Or those specific woods?
And I'm just obsessed with the sentence, thinking about how I might have woken up a grumpy forest spirit with my loud Snoop Dogg playlist and was tormented him for the rest of my hike is beyond what I want to believe.
Yeah.
You woke up a grumpy forest spirit with Snoop Dogg.
A gray forest dwelling demon.
From his moss-covered bed inside of his vintage car, which I want.
I think he's cool, though.
And he just gave you...
You know that feeling when you come home late from work and those puppy dog eyes just pierce right through your soul? Or when you're packing for a trip and your cat refuses to leave your suitcase? Yeah, we've all been there. Pet parent guilt is real. And you know what? It's completely normal. That's exactly why Hill's Pet Nutrition exists. They understand that being a pet parent means being human, with all of our imperfections and daily juggling acts. Hill's science-led nutrition helps you give more love than humanly possible. Whether it's those long work days or trying to balance attention between multiple pets, Hill's Pet Nutrition gets it. They've created science-based nutrition that supports your pet's lifelong health so you can feel confident even when life gets hectic. Because you're only human, there's Hill's. Science does more. Ready to let go of the guilt? Find the right food at hillspet.com/podcast. That's hillspet.com/podcast.
I like things my way. My coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the Vyvgart Hytrulo pre-filled syringe, which contains efgartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VyvgartMyWay.com. That's VYVGART myway.com. And talk to your doctor about Vyvgart Hytrulo. Brought to you by Argenix.
Full look like you fucking asshole.
He's like, this is what the kids listen to?
And then he cursed you for a couple hours. That's wild.
He didn't want to drop it like it was hot.
No, he was like, I like being cold.
Drop it like it's hot had something to do with your hypothermia.
Because you dropped.
Like someone dropped you like you were hot because you fell down the hill. And then
he was like, I prefer cold. I'm going to drop you like you're cold.
Interesting.
Wow.
Crazy.
That was a wild one.
That was bonkers.
Guys, you always, you just give it to us.
Always. Every fucking time.
Every time. We never fail to find amazing gifts in that email that you send us. It's so good.
I love listener tales so much. I would do it every week if I could.
Maybe we will.
Okay.
Who knows?
Sign me up.
I don't know. Do you know? I don't know.
I don't know. Do you know?
Knows? But either way,
gray man knows.
Keep sending them in because that grumpy forest spirit knows. So
he's knowing
something. But guys, you killed it. Keep sending them in with listener tales in the beginning. Also, we've been getting a few lighthouse ones. So if you have spooky lighthouse ones, send it to the same email address with spooky lighthouse in front, so we know it's that.
Yes, please.
But yeah, it's awesome. You guys are awesome. We fucking love you. This just like fed my soul after Albert Fish.
Honestly, I
So,
feel like it was like a reset button.
Thank you so much. You guys rule.
And we hope that you keep listening.
And we hope you
keep
it
weird. not so weird that you go into the kitchen in the middle of the night and you're like, hey, mom, I have to talk to you about something. And the lady turns around, she's shocked to see you, and she's not your mom. And she disappears into the fridge because that's like really heartbreaking. You know, it's like a little bit scary. And not so weird that like a ghost licks your ankle, because I don't even think I have to tell you not to keep it that weird, because if a ghost licks your ankle, that's like kind of a problem. Like, did they possess your ankle? I don't really know. Not so weird that you're in the middle of the woods in the middle of the night and people are like, drive, because they're trying to like overtake you in your car. Like, that's really freaking creepy. Not so weird that you hire a fucking pedophile monster to fucking join your camp. Like, don't ever keep it that weird, you sick fuck. And I kind of want you to keep it so weird that you run into a gray demon in the middle of the woods, and like, I don't want you to keep it so weird to the point where you get hypothermia, but I do want you to keep it so weird where you're blasting Snoop Dogg, and like, maybe you'll meet this man's.
This grumpy forest spirit.
Bye.
Hi.
I like things my way. My coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the VivGuard Hytrulo prefilled syringe, which contains F-gartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VivGuardMyWay.com. That's VYVGART myway.com. And talk to your doctor about VivGuard Hytrulo. Brought to you by Argenix.
You've tried melatonin, the white noise machine, the blackout curtains, the magnesium, and you're sleeping fine. Not great, just fine. At some point, you have to consider the 4-year-old pillow is doing more damage than the magnesium is fixing. Coop Sleep Goods is running a bundle sale July 9th through the 20th. The starter bundle is the move. 2 pillows plus a sheet set, 40% off. And we're not saying it'll fix everything. We're just saying you've tried everything else. Coop's pillows are adjustable, designed to fit how you sleep, not just tolerate it. Mix and match any 2 pillows at 25% off or go all in on the starter bundle. One real upgrade beats 6 mediocre ones. Head to coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. That's COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy for 40% off the starter bundle and 25% off all other bundles.